Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, honorable city council members, to our mayor and our treasurer, to our city clerk in her absence, to the city attorney, our chief of staff, administrative staff here in the council chambers, members of the public here in the council chambers, and those viewing via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting. Today is Monday, April the 22nd, 2024. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card located on the table in the back of the chambers and hand it to me, the deputy clerk. At this time, we'll have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo. Here. Councilman Barden.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
And Councilman Wilson. Here. Mr. Chair, there is a quorum for tonight's meeting.
Thank you.
Tonight's regular agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda, 2 minutes, 3 petitioner, 4 chairpersons report, 5 mayor's report, 6 clerk's report, 7 treasurer's report, 8 public comment. Number 9 is unfinished business, 10 new business, 11 warrant. Number 12 is communications, and number 13 is adjournment. A motion will be in order to accept tonight's regular meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the regular agenda meeting as presented.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Agenda item 2A for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, April the 8th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move that we approve the minutes from the regular council meeting that was held on Monday, April the 8th at 7:30.
I second that motion.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, seconded by Ms. Talley, for approval of the minutes from our regular meeting held Monday the 8th at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Agenda item 2B for approval are the minutes from the special meeting study session held on Monday, April the 8th, 2024 at 6 p.m. to discuss the proposed 24-25 fiscal year budgets from the 34th District Court in Romulus Public Library.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move also that we approve the minutes from the special meeting that was held on Monday, April the 8th. It was for the budget for the 34th District Court and the Romulus Library.
I second that motion.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, seconded by Ms. Talley, for approval of the minutes from the special meeting study session held on Monday, April the 8th at 6 p.m. And that was to discuss the proposed 24-25 fiscal year budget from the 34th District Court and Romulus Public Library. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Number 3 is petitioner. Council, we do have one petitioner's request that has been submitted for your approval. The petitioner is from Sheets. It's requesting 1 rezoning and 2 special land use requests for the property located at 8227 Middlebelt Road. Just as a reminder to council, there's 2 action items that is being requested from this petitioner. And here on behalf of Sheets is Drew Miller. Ms. Miller, you can step up to the podium.
Good evening, City Council, and thank you for your time tonight. My name is Drew Miller, 427 Morse Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43230. We are very excited tonight to bring you this second Sheets location at the corner of Smith and Middlebelt Road. We have a few folks with us tonight. Put here on the first slide who's going to be here tonight, but there has been a couple of changes. So representing Sheets tonight will be Alex Sawicki, and representing our civil engineer and traffic engineers, Ms. Jean Hartline, who's here to answer questions for you. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Alex, who's going to give a brief presentation about Sheets.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alex Sawicki. I'm an engineering and entitlements manager for Sheets. You can find me at 39300 West 12 Mile Road, Suite 100, Farmington Hills, Michigan. So as Drew alluded, I'm here to present to you the Sheets brand tonight. I know you're all very familiar with it as we have a construction project going on Wick Road. I'm sure you guys drive by that every day and see how fast we're moving on construction there. So Sheets was founded in 1952 by Bob Sheets. To this day, over 70 years later, we are still a wholly owned and operated family company. That means two things. One, there are no franchises. We are all corporately owned. And two, that means that the family works in our business every day. There are about 16 members of our family that report to work every day. Two, we have a made-to-order offering out of our kitchens. So that's what's a little different that sets us apart from our competitors. We have a restaurant convenience store inside of our fueling centers. So our made-to-order offering is very vast. You can get any wacky combination you can think of, and you can get it any time of day. If you want a salad at 3 in the morning or a breakfast sandwich at 3 in the afternoon, we have you covered. Finally, we are dedicated to being the premier destination for our customers. We want to offer the highest quality and ultimate convenience any time of day, any time of year. With that, I'm going to give it back to Drew Miller with Skelton Gold, and then we will make ourselves available for questions.
So we've got a few pictures here. You've obviously seen the store that's under construction here, so I'm not going to spend too much time on what the store is going to look like. These are some inside photos where you can see the made-to-order offerings, some of the more grab-and-go items, as well as some of the indoor seating that's available in here. And all of their stores, this is the prototype, so this is what you'll see at any of the locations. Alex, do you want to touch a little bit more on what
Yeah, so we talked about the made-to-order offering and the just thousands and thousands of different combinations you can get. But really what makes us different beyond that is also our people and our DNA. So we are dedicated to being the premier workplace. I believe it's 9 out of the past 10 years we have, or excuse me, the 9 last years, we have been on Fortune's 100 list of best companies to work for in the entire country. We're very proud about that. Yeah, I mean, that is our number one thing that makes us different. We are invested in our people. On top of that, we offer all sorts of convenience and grocery items. Again, 24/7, 365. Another thing that we do is we are very charitable on our communities that we operate in. So we do it on a national level, regional, and local level. So some of our major partners are Forgotten Harvest, Make-A-Wish, Feeding America, and we also have Sheets for the Kids. So Sheets for the Kids was actually founded by 2 of our district managers back in 1992. So every week our stores collect food and donate food to local food banks. Every year our company donates over 1 million pounds of food back to the communities that we operate in.
So a lot of this information that I'm going to share was in your packets tonight, so I'll try to be brief, and like I said, I'm forward here to answer any questions you might have. But what you see here is the location. There is a couple of different parcels that are out here, separated east and west. The west portion is what is zoned for our use. The east portion, there's a section of that will be rezoned, and I'll highlight that for you also. Currently, the site is vacant. During our environmental studies, we did identify some recognized environmental concerns that are out there, as well as some wetlands, which I'll get into. So this, again, this information is in your packet here, but I just wanted to show you, if you look at the current parcel and zoning, what's highlighted in the red dash there is the portion of Tract 1 that would be rezoned. Once Sheets purchases this property, the plan is to combine those parcels, and so you end up with what you see there on the right, parcel A and parcel B. Here's the wetlands that I was describing and kind of how they overlay on this site with the two different parcel A and parcel B. So we are working with Eagle right now. We started that application last year. We went through a public comment period earlier this year that ended January 30th, and then the final due date currently with Eagle is May 7th. We did have some comments during that public comment portion, which we've responded to Eagle on. Right now, the plan is the sheet store is only going to be on parcel A, which you see there is in blue on the left. Parcel B will be preserved as a wetland conservation easement, where we'll have ongoing mitigation and monitoring for those wetlands. So here's the site plan and some of the off-site improvements. So the intersection you see there is the corner of Smith and Middle Belt. There's going to be some lane striping there, the addition of a left turn lane if you're traveling west on Smith Road. And part of the conditional rezone agreement is that Sheets will be installing a traffic signal at this intersection. The site plan that you see, there's a drive-through on the bottom side there on the south side. There's two entrances off Smith Road. The westerly access is going to be right-in only, so vehicles cannot exit the site there. There were some concerns about traffic stacking up on Smith Road. So we've done everything we can to mitigate those concerns that were raised by the city, as well as through our traffic impacts. Here's just our elevations. Like I said, it's a prototypical store, so it's what you'll see is going up over right now on Wick and Vining is the same thing you'll see here. And finally, I did include here the voluntary conditions. Again, this was in your packet, so just to preserve everybody's time, I won't go through each of these, but we're happy to answer any questions you have about those. And I've also included, again, in your packets, the justification for rezoning, which I'm happy to run through, as well as the special land use criteria. So if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them.
Sure.
Like I said, our traffic engineer and civil engineers here, and Alex can answer any sheet-specific questions you might have.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Thank you. I have two quick questions. Is there a car wash on this complex?
There's no
No. Okay, and this is a gas station for vehicles only, not for semi-trucks
That's correct.
with diesel fuel?
Yep.
Vehicles only?
Yep, that's the main difference between this and the Wick and Vining location. This is not built to support large tractor trailers. This is
But there'll be diesel fuel for vehicles if they...
That's
truck
correct.
vehicles. Okay,
Diesel's available at every pump.
thanks, man.
Yes. So you're saying that it will be a light at at Smith and Middlebelt?
That's correct.
What's the distance between that light and the light right there at Middlebelt and 94?
I don't know. Approximately 600 feet.
600 feet? And then, you have another light right up under the viaduct going toward Goddard/Wick,
Correct.
coming at 94 also.
Yes.
So you don't think that would be, or no one considered that would be some type of traffic issue?
Well, those distances do meet what's the minimum thresholds that are required for MDOT. And so part of the comprehensive traffic study that we did, we analyzed those additional intersections as well. So we study that and we get an idea of what traffic is going to be based on the amount of customers that we anticipate at this store. We also take into consideration Smith Road. There's a lot of unbuilt property east of there that could create additional traffic in the future. So we do, as part of that study, try to forecast the increased volumes just over a certain amount of time as well. So we have studied that, and Wayne County has approved this study as well as the city, and so we feel pretty comfortable that all of those intersections are going to operate very well.
Okay.
Through the chair.
Yes.
I got
Ms.
several
Talley.
questions, and these are just clarifying questions. So you got two parcels, you purchasing parcel A and parcel B.
That's correct.
So you're purchasing parcel B, which is wetlands.
Right.
So it's not buildable, you can't build on it.
That's correct. We cannot.
So you have to purchase A and B, both of them, even though you know you can't use parcel B?
Well, so the current seller owns both of these.
Okay.
That was part of the purchase.
Part of the agreement?
Yeah.
Got it, okay, thank you for that. And then, it's gonna be exactly like the one on Viney? I mean, because this one looked a little bigger, but maybe I just looked at it wrong. This one's gonna be exactly like the one on Viney?
Yes, it will be very similar, except you won't see the additional canopy in the back, which is for the tractor trailers.
Okay, and what's MOP?
Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to
Made
clarify
to
that
order?
last question for you.
Oh,
The main difference is that you will not have the additional diesel canopy in the back.
Okay,
This building is also approximately 700 square foot
smaller?
smaller.
Okay, I'm sorry, what's MTO?
MTO is made to order.
Okay.
This references our offering out of our kitchens.
Okay, and so it's 24/7, is the one on Viney 24/7 too?
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to be, so y'all don't have any labor concerns as far as maintaining both of these operations? Because there's labor concerns around. You guys don't have any of those concerns?
Sure, I mean, we have labor concerns just like every other company. But
Okay.
as I mentioned previously, we're very proud of our workforce and our
Okay.
company and how good of a company that we are to work for. So we find that we end up attracting a lot of people that want to come work for us.
Okay, good. And then I had one more question. No, I have two more questions. What is the petting area? What's the pet area? What's that? What is that?
I'm sorry, what is the what?
Pet area?
Pet area?
Yeah, it says Sheets has agreed to put in a pet area for travelers and others at the that's for Wick Vining location. But you guys should know what that is. What is a pet area?
So I think we can answer that. The part of the development agreement that was required with North Point at the Wake and Binding location was to provide an area. The previous user that was going to come in there, that was fuel and convenience store, had offered that, and so Sheets offered that as part of that location.
Not like a dog park or anything, is it?
I think it was more like if somebody's traveling with a pet and they, parked, they had an area that they could let their dog.
Okay, got it. I ain't asked you. And then my next question is, they said their stores average 8 to 9 cars an hour during peak drive-through time. That seemed kind of low. Is that kind of low?
It is low compared to other drive-through businesses. So
Okay.
most of our food offering comes out of the store. People are coming inside. to
Okay,
get their food.
not a lot of traffic going to the drive-through.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
We'd like to offer the drive-through as a convenience store customer.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you. And there's a lot of discussion with planning, our planning commission with bottle return. Did we get that issue resolved? What has been your practice in the past with bottle returns? And I don't know, I guess I don't understand why it's been an issue in such discussion, because you guys do this stuff all the time. So,
So Michigan will actually be the first state that we operate in that has
Okay.
the deposits for recycling.
gotcha.
So we actually are not too familiar with it. And
Okay.
we are learning as we go.
I got it.
But for this one, we're just accepting it over the counter.
Got it. Okay. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
But to that end, if you have any tips, we'd love to.
I know, right?
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms.
Will this
Abdo.
be equipped with charging stations?
Not currently, but Sheets is dedicated to bringing that to our stores. We are the #1 third party for Tesla. So whenever we have a site, we give it over to Tesla and they examine whether they want to come to our site. Tesla owns their own equipment, they install their own equipment, so we can't necessarily force them to do that. To get around that, we're actually designing and testing our own chargers that are Sheets branded and Sheets proprietary. We actually have our first ones being tested in Northeast Ohio as we speak. So in the future, we hope to be able to offer that without having to rely on Tesla.
Thank you.
Do you set your own gas prices?
We do,
Pardon?
we do.
Okay. Okay, good. All right, so I'm looking for, I noticed Sheets, you have a location in Ohio, right? Or Pennsylvania, Ohio?
Oh, yes, both.
Yeah, because I know I was traveling in Ohio and I seen your gas price was lower than other places of locations, so.
We do, yeah. We have a group in our company that is, that's their sole responsibility to buy and trade petroleum, and they help us keep the lowest prices that we can.
Okay, that's good to know.
Through the chair.
Brother Chair?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ms. Wilson, Mr.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, as a long-standing labor advocate, I have three questions that I'm sure you're anxious to answer. First and foremost, how many employees do you plan on employing at each location?
This one will have approximately 30 to 40
At each location?
at each location.
Secondly, the wages, the benefits, the conditions of employment. What say you? Are these individuals going to be allowed an opportunity to have their voices heard, sort of like forming a labor union, or are there going to be non-skilled, non-union employees? I mean, what are we looking at here as far as your anticipation?
Sheets is, again, dedicated to being the best workplace that we can be. While the company has no stance on whether a union should or should not be present, it's something that if employees want to do, Sheets, I know, would be dedicated to talking with them about that.
Living wage, what are the starting wages there? Do you have any?
So I recently just
Suggestion.
changed, so I believe the number is higher than what I'm about to tell you, but I believe we start at $15 an hour.
$15 an hour? And any pronounced benefit package that you're offering for the employees?
We do. All our full-time employees receive full benefits, and some of the best benefits that you can find.
Briefly, could you expound upon that, please?
Yeah, so we offer medical, dental, vision, as well as 401k. We have an employee stock ownership program, paid vacation time, paid sick time.
Defined contribution and/or defined benefit plan, are you suggesting?
Honestly, sir, I do not have the exact numbers for you. I could just speak off of personal experience. Me and my family, my wife and my daughter, we pay approximately $200 a month.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. You may not have this answer, but are you aware of the lawsuit that was filed in federal court with the EEOC
Yes, ma'am.
for unfair practices? Will you make sure that that situation, regardless of how or what's going on in the other states, will you make sure, or will the company make sure that that don't come to Romulus? That,
Absolutely. I mean, Sheets is dedicated to being, again, a top workplace to work for.
and I would just like to say, I mean, for the EEOC to get involved, this is something was going on that was not against the labor laws, but you have to make sure that when you dealing with employees, that you're fair all the way around. So I'm not going to go into the lawsuit. I'm sure you're aware of it, but when I seen that, with the sheets on Wick and Vining and now coming on Middle Belt, just want to make sure you're not coming into our city and displaying the same type of, and I'm not accusing you, okay, because I'm just going based on the lawsuit, the EEO. So just want to make sure that whoever works at your facility and that lives, and it's in Romulus, that they're treated, with all fairness. So, please pass that on, because with you coming to Romulus, it was a great welcome, and then to see that lawsuit of that, for that reason, it just didn't set right with me. And so, they need to go ahead and settle. The EEOC shouldn't even had to take it to federal court, but it needs to be settled and things need to change.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're dedicated to offering a safe, equitable environment for all of our employees.
Just, like I said, because you're just coming to Romulus. You're here on Weekend and Vining, and then now proposing to come to Middle Belt and Smith. So I definitely don't want to be a part of saying yes to something with fighting issues in a federal court about not being fair to all people or all applicants.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
One more follow-up question, please, Brother Chairman.
Yes.
Obviously, Romulus is starving for an opportunity to present a major retailer, restaurant, grocery store, retail store, whatever the case may be, for our residents. Having said that, obviously, this is not a Myers or large retail facility. It is a convenience location, and people get an opportunity to come and fill up their gas tanks, sit down and socialize, and looks like eat some pretty good food. But quickly, on your monitor, there was a young lady with about 13 donuts, and it looked like she had a big smile on her face. But that's great, obviously, but conversely, you talk about healthy foods. We have people in the community who thrive on healthy food products, and I know that you alluded to the fact that you're going to have some healthy foods, I think, at your location. So having said that, do you have like a synopsis of some type of health menu, whether it's turkey burgers versus, prime rib burgers, or whether it's, I want to know if there's any healthy options
Yeah, there
for
absolutely.
individuals other than a garden salad, I guess I'm trying to say.
Well, we definitely offer the garden salad, and we also offer some of the things that you mentioned. Yeah, we have a very well-rounded menu. It's hard to describe the vastness of our menu.
Okay.
Just about anything you can think of, you can get it.
Okay, so just quickly again, anything healthy that you can recite off the top of your head at this juncture?
I know you already talked about salads, and I hate to bring it up, but I actually am a big fan of our salads. The way I order probably isn't too healthy. I like to add the cheese and the egg
Sure.
and all the other thing. But, that is one of our things. There are
Okay.
lots of healthier sandwiches that you could get.
Such as, I'm just curious, because there's a delineation, this side of the menu, you have, obviously, fast foods are cheeseburgers and bacon burgers and all of that type of stuff, chicken wings, and on this side, what do you said salads you're gonna have, and you're gonna have turkey burgers, I think you mentioned, is that something that you're gonna be
Yeah,
offering?
we have salads, we have burgers, we have...
Turkey burgers?
Turkey burgers.
Okay,
Yes.
got you.
I'd have to look at our menu. Our menu changes, I swear. every
Sure,
week.
sure.
But we have salads, we have different sandwiches, like turkey sandwiches, we have vegetarian options.
Okay, okay.
I appreciate the grab and go items that they have too, because there's a pretty large selection of healthy items there as far as like fresh fruit. It's available that, yes.
Fresh fruit?
You'll see
Okay.
a lot more than you can find
All right.
in any other gas station.
Fresh food, cut veggies, all that sort of thing.
Okay, thank you, appreciate your time.
Ms. Page?
Thank you. Good evening. I have a couple questions. You talked about employment, and for those that are listening that would like to work for a wonderful company, when and how would somebody go about applying for a position?
Jobs.sheets.com. That is our job board, and it lists all the openings we have throughout the company. I don't quite remember the dates on this one. Do you remember the opening date on this one, guys? The one on Wick and Vining will open around Labor Day. Oh, I'm sorry. The one on Wick and Vining will open around Labor Day. And I would say about a month before would be an appropriate time to start applying.
Okay. And then this doesn't really have anything to do with your presentation, just out of curiosity. When you go down Middle Belt, those prices are outrageous for gas. What does that mean for you? I know you talked about pricing, and maybe it's airport. I don't know why the prices are so high with the freeway there and the airport. Maybe that's a factor. But can you give us any information on, will yours be comparable? Because that's what's the pricing is over there? I'm just curious.
Right, so we don't necessarily pay attention to our competition that's right across the street. So let's say that, they're $1 higher. We're not necessarily going to match their price because we think that we can get away with that. We base our pricing off an entire region. And like I said, gentlemen earlier, we control all our pricing in-house. We have a group that's dedicated to buying and selling our petroleum. And we also haul our own petroleum. It's our own company that does that. So we have an amazing capability to keep our prices low, and that's what we do for our customer.
That's wonderful to hear. And then the last thing is, do you guys have a rewards program for those people out there that are interested in that?
We do, yeah. So we have an awesome rewards program, and there's 3 different levels. You know, as you spend more, you get more points. And at the top level, you're considered a Sheets freak. So whenever you see us going around talking about Sheets freaks, that's what we're talking about.
They have a really nice app too that will track it all for you, and you can place online orders too. So one of my favorite things to do is, if I'm going out on my way to work, I'll drive by Sheets, I'll place my breakfast order before I leave my house and walk in and pick it up, and it's ready to go as soon as I walk in. So it's really convenient to do that through the app. So.
Well, thank you and welcome.
Mr. Wadsworth.
I gotta laugh at that term, sheets freak, but it's, you talked about a website where the public can apply for your jobs. Would you give that information to Roger Cadu so we can put it on our cable channel?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion
I
from
just have a
council?
comment.
Yes.
Well, I'm excited for you guys to come because I'll pass by you every single morning at the one location on Middlebelt, and then when I go home, I go down Vining, and I'll pass the second location. So I'll have both of them to choose from as far as gas and food and whatever else that we may need. But thank you so much for your presentation. You always do a good job.
You're gonna be a sheets freak then?
That's right. I'll be having that rewards app going.
Question is, which one are you going to hit?
Right.
Both of them. I got one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
Any other discussion from council? No other discussion?
Just as a reminder to council, under this particular action, 2 action items are being requested from the petitioner. The first one is to concur with the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approve the first reading for RZ-2023-003, Sheets 2, a zoning map amendment and associated conditional rezoning agreement to conditionally rezone .811 acres of the property from MT Industrial Transportation to C3 Highway Service for the purpose of constructing a vehicle fueling station with a drive-through. The property includes portions of parcels 80-047-99-0006-702 and parcel number 80-047-99-0011-701. That's the first action item.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make that first motion to concur with the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approve the first reading for RZ-2023-003, Sheets 2, a zoning map amendment and associated conditionally rezoning amendment agreement to conditionally rezone 0.811 acres of the property from MT Industrial Transportation to C3 Highway Service for the purpose of constructing a vehicle fueling station with a drive-through. The property includes portions of parcels 80-047-99-0006-702 and number 80-047-99-0011-701.
Support. Would you repeat that?
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, and this is to concur with the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approve the first reading for RZ 2023-003 and the other information that Councilwoman Roscoe mentioned.
Thank you.
There is discussion.
Yes. Oh, no.
No discussion. Roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
I want to say this before I vote.
Oh, you didn't want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
I mean-
As I spoke to you guys about that lawsuit with the EEOC, I'm very concerned, about the way this is handled, and because it's still out there. So I'm not against Sheets, but I would definitely like to see, before I move forward with supporting that you guys, or the company, not so much as you personally, move forward to settle this complaint, because it's a serious complaint. And it's unfair practicing is not a good thing, regardless of where it come from. So I'm not against you, but until I see where they're honoring what the EEOC is requesting them in a federal court, I have to vote no tonight. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
That sort of troubles me, what Councilwoman Williams was talking about. I wasn't aware of that, but I'm sure we can't get that resolved here. So tentatively, my vote would be yes.
okay, Ms. Tally,
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Ms. Roscoe is yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. The second action item is to concur with the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approve SLU-2023-010 Vehicle Fueling Station and SLU-2023-011 Drive-Through Restaurant for Sheets 2 located at 8227 Middle Belt, subject to the rezoning, conditional rezoning agreement, and site plan.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I'll concur with the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approve SLU 2023-010 Vehicle Fueling Station SLU-2023-011 Drive-Through Restaurant for Sheets 2 located at 8227 Middle Belt, subject to the rezoning, conditional rezoning agreement, and site plan.
I second that motion.
okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, second by Ms. Tally, to concur with the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approve SLU 2023-010 Vehicle Fueling Stations and SLU 2023-011 Drive-Through Restaurant for Sheets 2 located at 8227 Middle Belt, subject to the rezoning, condition rezoning agreement, and site plan. Any discussion? Again, any discussion before I start reading? No discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
I'm going to abstain, please.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
No.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. There's no more petitioners. Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. At 6 p.m., we had a study session for the purpose of the fiscal year 2025 city budget. At this time, our chair is going to recognize Timothy Watson from the Small Business Administration for a presentation. Mr. Watson?
Yeah, so I'm with the United States Small Business Administration. My name is Timothy Watson. Thank you for the introduction. I am a public figure for the Small Business Administration. I do public affairs. We represent going to all 50 states, responding to disasters. We are in Wayne County because of what occurred in August of last year with the tornado and the severe storms and the flooding. And I'm here just to announce some of the loan programs that we have for those who may be in need. Now, we are aware that this did occur in August of last year, so I would provide some examples as far as somebody who might be in a situation where they have already fixed some of the damages that they already have. Now, as far as this program is concerned, we have a physical disaster loan that is basically available for not only businesses, but nonprofits, homeowners, and renters as well. Renters can qualify for up to $100,000 for the interior contents of their home. A homeowner can qualify for up to $500,000 for the physical damage of their home. The business and the nonprofit can qualify for up to $2 million. For certain situations, they can qualify for more than $2 million. For the businesses, the nonprofit, and the homeowner, they can qualify for mitigation, which is to build back the structure a little bit safer than it was before, for an imminent storm or flooding or any situation that may occur in the future for preventative maintenances. Now, on the nonprofit and the business side, they qualify for additional funding as far as machinery, equipment, inventory, things of that nature. Interest rates are fixed. They can never go up. You can pay on these loans for up to 30 years. Our highest interest rates right now for homeowners for credit available elsewhere, meaning they can obtain funding beyond the Small Business Administration. For home loans, it's 5%. For just the Small Business Administration, it's 2.5%. 8% for businesses, credit available elsewhere. For just the Small Business Administration, it's 4%. For nonprofits, it's 2.375% across the board. We also have an economic injury disaster loan that is basically just for businesses and nonprofits who possibly had an economic downturn as a result of the occurrence of the storm and the tornado. Now, for those who may have already utilized some of their funding to take care of these loans, some of their damages, if you have already used some money out of your own pocket, or you have racked up an immense amount of credit card debt to take care of some of these damages that you have, or maybe you're in a situation where you have insurance, but you were not able to afford the insurance deductible to pay the insurer to fix the property, or you're underinsured. You have $150,000 in damages, you were awarded $60,000 and you need funding for additional damage replacement. The Small Business Administration can assist with all of those different things with utilizing your loan. You can also get funding from FEMA before utilizing the Small Business Administration and take advantage of that. The application process is free. There is no obligation for you to take the funding after you have been awarded funding. You do not have to accept the full amount of the funds that you have received. There is a collateral request for those who get funds for $25,000 or more, and we are here to assist those that are in need in a variety of different ways by being able to call our 1-800 line, which is 1-800-659-2955, going on our website and going to disastercustomerservice.com, or going into one of our locations that we have, which is also FEMA housed with the location is the Wayne County Community College. I believe is the closest location in proximity. I wanted to be brief because I knew I only had 3 minutes and allow time for a Q&A.
Through the chair.
Yes,
Just
Ms.
a couple
Talley.
quick clarifying questions. So I see it's just all loans, no grant options, huh?
Unfortunately,
None?
yes.
Okay, just checking. And then I see that the terms and conditions are more favorable if you have no available credit options, correct?
Yes, they are more favorable if you have no other credit options,
Okay.
with the interest rate as well.
Yeah, with the interest rate and the terms, right?
Yes.
You get longer terms.
You're going to get the same amount of terms
Okay.
regardless.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And you
Yeah.
can set those term options yourself.
Okay.
It can be 5 years, it can be up to 30 years. You can be one of those individuals who had a PPP loan or a loan during COVID or a previous disaster. As long as it's currently compliant, you still can apply for a current disaster loan as well.
Gotcha. But, so the credit available is more so targeted at the rate?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Is this similar to what FEMA is doing?
Yes, we always coordinate our efforts simultaneously together. So this is considered a presidential declaration, and usually during a presidential declaration, FEMA and the Small Business Administration kind of work cohesively. So in that Wayne County Community College Center, you have a FEMA location right beside the Small Business Administration, and we encourage people who are encountering some of these issues to take advantage of both.
Because with FEMA, I was helping a resident apply for the FEMA assistance.
Yes.
And the problem I have with it, everything went to, at first, it's like, we got assistance for you. And then before you know it, within a couple of days, it went to a loan. You know, some folks that actually need that help can't afford a loan. So is there any other type of, you know, from that, last year, that August storm, tornado, whatever it was, is there any other options out there outside of the loans? Because there's a lot of folks that were affected, whether it was, even with FEMA wouldn't, unless it was the structure of the home, they told this resident that they couldn't do anything about the damages to like her personal property, you know, because she didn't have the flood insurance. So certain areas of Romulus is a flood zone. So, is it similar to what FEMA is doing also? Because I don't want to share it with her and then she goes through it and it's the same thing.
Well, the regulations with FEMA and the Small Business Administration are similar but different. And we used to have a system prior to me speaking today where FEMA would actually refer an individual in that situation who had got grant funding to the Small Business Administration. And what used to happen is if they applied with us and they, for some reason, we could not assist and approve them, we would have to refer them back to FEMA for other needs assistance. Those regulations have changed, but I will send an update to John in that regards. But we try to assist in every which way that we can. If we can't assist them, and try to find some local or other grant assisted funding that may be out there. So we utilize you guys to assist us with learning about some programs that we're unfamiliar with, and there may be funding at.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Through the chair.
Okay.
It sounds like you have some sort of relationship with FEMA, and I want to say a few months back, I witnessed a driver with a Florida license plate taking pictures throughout the city of Romulus. And I understand they have a job to do, but I tracked him down because I was curious why he was taking pictures of people's homes, and which I later found on a Facebook post. Somebody was concerned they had children out at the bus stop. Wasn't sure who this individual was. Do they have to give some kind of notification? You may not even have an answer, but I feel like it would be important to notify the city when you have somebody driving around and taking pictures and stopping in front of people's homes, because you do have concerned residents, moms, dads. And again, I don't know what your relationship with FEMA is. I just know that that was something that I personally witnessed and then later saw on Facebook.
Well, that is quite concerning, and unfortunately, I wouldn't have that answer because that's more so FEMA regulated. I can tell you that we do not do those things on the Small Business Administration side. Even when taking photography, we cannot capture anyone's face, just to let you know. That's something that we hold our heads high for not doing. But if you would give me that question in email, I can find out an answer for you.
If I can get your contact, because I witnessed him stopping in front of a house, it was mine, there was no damage, taking a picture, and I got in the car and kind of chased him down and wanted to know why, and I was witnessing him taking pictures of other people's homes, and I wanted to know, I saw that the license plate was from Florida, he told me he was working for FEMA, he told me it was about the storms in August, and he was taking pictures. But again, I just think it's important to share that with the community so people know what you're doing and they're not concerned about a threat of any sort.
No, I appreciate that because from my understanding, all we should be taking pictures and capturing images of is damages, not individuals.
Yeah, again, it was of the house. It wasn't me. It was of the house. It just would be good to know those things when they take
absolutely.
place. So yes, if I can get your contact information, I will send. Perfect, thank you. I'll send you
They already have.
the question. Thank you.
Yes, well,
Any other discussion from council? Okay. Good.
thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. If there are no other comments, that concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
I'll second that motion.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, seconded by Ms. Talley for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, City Council, Madam Treasurer, Deputy Clerk, audience here today, and also the audience at home. Before I get into my report today, we have a few ambassadors from Romulus High School I'd like to introduce. In keeping with the One Romulus Pledge, we're going to have increased communications and presentations from the high school from time to time, so please welcome Ariana Crawford and Madison Washington up to the podium here.
Good evening. My name is Madison Washington. I am the president of student government.
Good evening. I am Ariana Crawford. I am the senior representative of student government. I'm sorry. Dr. Edmondson would like a couple of senior government members to come out and give a monthly update. So today we will be discussing the cafeteria renovation, senior events, test scores, and the overall well-being of the school and the student body.
So first, we're going to start with scores, test scores. SAT, 100% of students took the SATs this year. This is the first time in history at Romulus High School that 95% of the students were present.
I'm going to clap for that.
In the M-STEP in social studies, we improved 3 points. So the score went from 19 to 22. In the NWEA, we have taken it 3 times this year. The next month will be the final time we take it. The math, in NWA the math, we saw increasingly good scores all over the board. Everyone went up in math, basically. In the fall scores in reading, everyone went up besides the 9th grade class. Seniors had the highest growth in reading and math this year since 2015.
Wow.
So the scores for fall and winter in reading was 55.5%, high grade. And then in math, it was 60.3%.
That's great work.
Next, I will be talking about senior events. The senior picnic tickets are on sale until April 25th. Prom court nominees go online April 29th. Prom court reveal is May 6th, I'm sorry. AP exams are May 8th. Cedar Point trip is May 9th. Senior awards night is May 14th. Senior picnic, May 17th. Prom court vote, May 20th through 23rd. Final exams, May 22nd and 23rd. Prom, May 29th. Graduation, June 1st. And the graduation rate last year was 89, which we're trying to increase the number of graduates this year. So, as of now, we are on track.
So we have been doing cafeteria reservations. We've been wanting a new cafeteria, so we have talked to 2 vendors, Mr. Romero and Mr. Tim. We've been touching on prices, product shipment, and finalizing the amount and budget and who we're going with by the end of this month, so we can start ordering by next month.
Oh, I am so sorry. We are surveying students to find out ways to improve the culture and education at the school. We do know that we do want more electives in CTE courses, and we know we want better lunches, because the lunches are not that great. But at Romulus, there's always something new, so you would never feel bored. We want to do the inside of school with maroon, white, hints of gold, hints of black and gray. We want to update the media center and the hallways. We have a new logo, but we don't just want just that logo in the school. We want the other logos, previous logos. And we want to have decor during the holidays, say Valentine's Day, and have hearts over the school and things like that.
And then we also would like new teachers to improve our education.
And being that we're both students that transferred, I feel like we're not being challenged enough.
Okay.
Because since I've transferred, I've had straight A's for 2 years.
Quick question. I love that you feel that you're not being challenged enough, so get on over there. Where did you transfer from, if you don't mind me asking?
Riverview Community School Districts.
Okay,
And John Glenn High School.
gotcha. Well, thank you for choosing Romulus. Didn't want to interrupt you. I just was, I love when people are transferring over here because they're trying to take care of an issue over there, so.
Yeah, we both transferred our junior year and we're both seniors.
Okay.
We want to get new teachers because some of us in 10th grade had an English teacher that was not certified to teach English.
Also, we want an African-American class because I feel like African-American kids don't know much about their history other than slavery and Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, the people that they talk about widely.
So that is our presentation. Thank you for listening to it.
All right.
Thank you. Tell Dr. Edmondson I said you'd get extra credit because it was a long meeting tonight and you had to sit in on those uncomfortable chairs, so.
Ms. Talley is here.
Okay.
Mayor, Ms. Talley has some.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you ladies come back up for a minute, please?
Can
Can you come back up?
Come back up to the podium.
You can't just present and just walk away. That's student government. You got to act ready for questions and discussions. No, you guys did a great job. Thank you. Are you guys aware of the steering committee that they have at Romulus High right now working on visionary stuff for the district? Are you aware of that? Must not be, because y'all looking at me blank. No, I just wanted to ask that question first. And then second. Huh? Yes, exactly. And just as a heads up. Huh? Okay. There is a survey that went out to everybody to just kind of gauge people's perspective on the district, and just wanted to know about that. And then you said something about the media center. Is that the high school? You're talking about the high school media center?
Yes.
That y'all looking for updates? Because I thought they did updates in there. It has been renovated, so you're looking to do a few more?
We're looking to actually be able to use it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very empty. Only time we ever use it if they have a teacher meeting. Other than
Gotcha.
that, no one uses it.
it's not staff. Got it. Okay. That's all I had. Thank you, ladies. Great job.
Any more questions? I'm sorry.
I would just like to say,
You're right.
thank you for being so brave to come up here in front of us. Thank you so much for being brave enough to come up and say what's missing, what's good, and what's not so good. And I think with all students, you have to teach them what they desire to know, not just what we want you to know. And it's other great people other than those that you mentioned, and I hope that your desire to learn more and to know more, it gets achieved. But thank you so much for being brave to even come and share that with us.
Yep. I have a question quickly through the chair. Thanks,
Yes,
Virginia.
Mr. Wilson.
Have you noticed that the superintendent is African-American, Ben Edmondson? Have you had any discussions with him about your desires, about Has there been any feedback? Without throwing anybody under the bus, has there been any conversation? Any response?
Not really. It's more of we want it, and he's like, okay. But is it gonna happen is where we're looking at.
Okay,
You could keep saying okay and okay, but will it happen?
okay, there's someone raising their hand. Are you a teacher?
I am a teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
Have to go to the
You need to
podium.
come to the
Take the podium,
podium.
please. Yes, thank you.
She said, really?
So I am a teacher, but I am also one of the student government advisors, along with literally 7 other jobs at the building. But so we, at Dr. Edmondson and counseling met today. They're going through our courses. They are trying to develop some new things. I know they're working on CTE, so they are listening. So like this conversation literally happened today in the media center. So they are working on some of those things moving forward for next year, so that they have some electives, not only that are CTE based, but in some other avenues, because we used to have an African-American lit class.
Yes.
We no longer have that.
Okay.
And some other things like that. So they are working on adding some of these additional courseworks to next year's schedule, and then hopefully being able to just build on that as we move forward.
All right, thank you. So y'all just talked about it today, huh?
Well, staff talked about it
That's-
today.
that's
but
good, okay.
These things were, so one of the things that they're gonna work on is really surveying the kids so that they have, aside from steering,
Mhm.
because the kids didn't
Yeah.
fill that out, what some of the changes they would like to see.
Okay, thank you. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, so we appreciate that.
Any more questions?
Any further questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again for coming
Thank
and
you,
reporting.
good job.
One more piece of good community news. I want to congratulate the Romulus Police Department and Romulus Fire Department hockey team. They traveled to Heartland to participate in the Copper Cup tournament, and they took first place over the weekend. And the charity was for Special Olympics. So hats off to our firefighters and police officers who went outside of our boundaries and represented Romulus well. So
Nice.
that being said, I would like to turn your attention to the monitor. We have a quick video from Ms. Vanessa Tolliver in the mayor's office.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. 2024 Eco Fair sponsored by the Romulus Garden Club and the Romulus Public Library will take place this Saturday, April 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Romulus Athletic Center. You don't have to be a member to attend.
Thank you.
The 34th District Court is inviting the public to the 3rd Annual Community Day at the Court on Friday, May 3rd from noon to 3 p.m. In addition to tours of the facility, attendees at the Community Day can enjoy food, trucks, public safety demonstrations, and more. Entries are still being accepted for the Letters to Romulus contest about why you love Romulus. The deadline is April 29th, and 3 letters will be chosen and read during the City Council meeting on May 6th. Free dumping day for excess trash and up to 3 bulk items will take place on the south lot at the DPW building on May 16th to May 18th. The hours for Thursday and Friday are from 8:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. and 8:30 to 2 p.m. on Saturday. Coming up on May 18th is Community Shred Day from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Shred your unwanted papers and recycle your old electronics. Registration is open for the spring free citywide yard sale to be held May 16th through the 19th. You can register at the clerk's office. The Romulus Community Schools would like to announce its Kindergarten Festival Week from May 28th through the 31st. Join them for exciting events from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at each school, featuring Flight the Mascot, bounce houses, food, and prizes. And thanks everyone, and remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube, and visit our website for more information. Have a good night.
Thank you, Vanessa. Great job as always. First action item I have up for council tonight is a request for a no-fee permit. Concur with the request of Colleen Dumas, Recreation Director, and respectfully request City Council authorize a no-fee permit for the Horseshoe Club to use Elmer Johnson Horseshoe Pits on Wednesday, starting in May 8th, 2024 through September 25th, 2024 at 5 p.m.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move that we issue a no-fee permit for the Romulus Horseshoe Club at Elmer Johnson's. It's going to run from May the 8th until September 25th.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams, for request for a no-fee permit Horseshoe Club at Homer Johnson's Park. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, and motion is approved.
Thank you, and I also want to thank Tom and his team out there at the Horseshoe Club. They do a great job every year managing those horseshoe pits and taking care of it. Spend a lot of their own time and money out there, so do a great job out there. The next one I have is for a reappointment for Municipal Library Board. I'm hereby requesting approval to reappoint Ms. Candace Lukowitz to the Romulus Municipal Library Board with a term to expire April 11th, 2025.
Mr. Chair, I will make that motion to concur with the administration and approve the reappointment of Candace Lukowitz to the Romulus Municipal Library Board with a term to expire April 11th, 2025.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Williams, for Municipal Library Board of reappointment. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item I have is for Texas Marsh Drain Partial Abandonment Petition and Resolution. The details is in there from a report from Roberto Scapitici, but this is an area inside the airport boundaries, just west of Middle Belt Road, and it's in conjunction with the FedEx building going on over there right now. So I concur with the recommendation of Roberto Scapitici, Director of Public Works, and Stephen Hitchcock, Legal Counsel, and respectfully request Council adopt the attached revised resolution to file a petition for the partial abandonment of the Texas Marsh Drain with Wayne County Drain Commissioner on airport property. This portion of the drain only services the airport and would not affect any drainage for our residents.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make that motion for the Texas Marsh Drain Partial Abandonment Petition and Resolution.
I second that motion.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, second by Ms. Talley, for Texas Marsh Drain Partial Abandonment Petition and Resolution. Any discussion?
Through the chair?
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
Yeah, I'd like to know a little bit more about this, please. How could it not affect residents near there? Roberto, can you help me?
Roberto, can you please come to the podium?
Good evening. So, yeah, the Texas Marsh Drain was a paper drain that's been left in history in Wayne County over the airport property dating back to probably the 30s. I don't have all the paperwork in front of me, but we extensively drilled into this issue. I turned it down several times, and I met with the airport several times as well to understand more about it. Essentially what it is on, as the mayor mentioned, on the west side of Middle Belt Road, airport drainage at some point in time used to flow across Middle Belt Road and then on this Texas Marsh drain into the Kilfoyle drain. Well, eliminating the drain on the airport property means airport drainage won't cross the road and into our residential area to the Kilfoyle drain. So it's only a positive. We had concern over what would happen and would the Kilfoyle back up into the airport. That's never been the case. So we've never seen water come from the residential side into the airport. It's always the airport into the residential side.
Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roberto. If there's no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I have is a couple of budget amendments. So first I have is the introduction of a budget amendment 23-24-15. I'm hereby requesting the introduction of budget amendment 23-24-15 to recognize revenue and corresponding expenditures in the amount of $39,980 for the sidewalks and pathways at Marianne Banks Park.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Ray.
I'll make that motion to concur with the administration and introduce Budget Amendment 23-24-15 to recognize revenue and corresponding expenditures in the amount of $39,980 for the sidewalks and pathways at Mary Ann Banks Park.
Support.
And Kevin, I'd just like to say that I appreciate your phone call.
Yeah.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for introduction of Budget Amendment 23/24-15. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next is the second budget amendment. I am hereby requesting introduction of Budget Amendment 23-24-16 to recognize the fund balance in the amount of $60,000 for expenses related to renovations at Mary Ann Banks Park.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion to concur with the administration and introduce Budget Amendment 23-24-16 to recognize fund balance in the amount of $60,000 for expenses related to the renovations at Mary Ann Banks Park. And Jerry, I appreciate all your information
Support.
today, too.
The motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Williams, for introduction of Budget Amendment 23/24-16. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, and that will conclude my report for this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Number 6 is the clerk's report. There are only 3 action items under the clerk's report. First action item, item 6A is the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 23/24-14 in the amount of $4,000 to recognize the 2024 Animal Welfare Grant Revenue and Expenditure. This amendment was introduced at the April 8th regular council meeting.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
I'm
Mr.
going to
Wadsworth.
move that we approve the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 23/24-14 in the amount of $4,000, and it's for operating supplies for the Animal Welfare Fund.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo. Second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 23/24-14. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Agenda item 6B is a request for a no-fee permit for the Juneteenth activities. It is requested that council authorize a no-fee permit for the use of the Romulus Historical Park for activities during the second annual Juneteenth community celebration to be held on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, as well as the closure of Hunt Street beginning at Bibbin Street and ending at the entrance to the post office on Hunt Street, beginning at 12 p.m. noon on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, and reopening at 5 p.m. Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, to accommodate the event activities.
Need a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for the request for the no-fee permit for the Juneteenth activities on June 22nd, 2024.
I second that motion.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, second by Ms. Talley, for a request for a no-fee permit for the Juneteenth activities. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. The last action item is a special meeting public hearing request. In accordance with Chapter 14, Section 14.2 of the Romulus City Charter, it is requested that council deem it advisable to consider the vacation of Harriet Avenue and Harrison Avenue with any associated alleys located north on Ecorse Road in Gordon's Detroit Park subdivision, and to schedule a public hearing on Monday, June 10th, 2024 at 6:45 p.m. to hear public input on said alley and street vacations.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for a special meeting, public hearing request for Monday, June 10th, 2024 at 6:45 p.m. for the alley vacation.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for a special meeting, public hearing request for Monday, June the 10th at 6:45 PM. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council, and that would conclude the clerk's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk.
Number 7 is the treasurer's report.
Good evening, and thank you. I do not have any items under my report tonight. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
That's for sure.
Number 8 is public comment. This is the portion of the agenda for those in the audience who would like to address the City Council. The rules to address the City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address the City Council, please raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. And just as a housekeeping item, the microphone is voice activated, so you have to speak up in order for your the council, as well as those viewing via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live, can hear you. Rule of thumb, if you can't hear yourself in the monitor, neither can the individuals watching via the broadcast channel. Mr. Chair, we do have one public comment card request to speak, and this is from Kim Spiegel.
Good evening. She's got a question for him, and he'll be able to answer it.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Kim Spiegel, and in lieu of the time, and I want to make sure I keep it 3 minutes, I'm going to read what's on my phone. Okay. I am an early childhood professional serving as an owner of Sozo Granny Family Child Care here in Romulus. I have had the extreme pleasure of caring for and educating young children in my home, providing quality early learning experiences for over 5 years. I've been a 10-year resident of Romulus. In honor of the month of the young child, we're hosting a free family fun day, Saturday, April 27th, 2024, from 10 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. at our local senior citizen right here in Romulus. I'm excited to invite each and every one of you and all of your families to this event. This event will be led by family child care provider professionals as myself. To tell you a little bit more about myself, I am an active member of the Family Child Care Network through the Empowered Community Outreach Service organization, and also serve as an advisory committee member for this work, which is funded by the generous grant provided by the Early Childhood Investment Corporation and funded using American Rescue Plan Act dollars. The Family Child Care Network serves as a system and a resource to support professionals that are interested in pursuing a licensed family child care, or for those who will continue to provide home-based care throughout with quality practices. It is my extreme honor and privilege to announce that I am a candidate running to become the statewide representative with the National Association of Family Child Care, which is a national organization that supports and advances the system of family child care. If selected for this representative of Michigan, I will work tirelessly to support family child care in Michigan. Family child care is an essential part of Michigan's economy, and the families that go to work each and every day entrust us to take care of their children. So this is an open invitation for everyone here on the council and in the audience to come and celebrate our families, because we would not be able to have these businesses in our private homes if it wasn't for the families that trust us with their children and the city that supports us. So this is a time for us to give back to the people that have been supporting us and the city that has supported us. So come on out, and we would love for you to be there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
From the children, any questions?
Yes, where's the address?
The address of the The senior
Senior
center?
building.
Senior Center?
Senior Center.
Okay. Great. Just asked. I didn't hear that. Yes.
I have a flyer for you, just one moment.
All right.
It is going to be at 3652 Bibbin Street, Romulus, Michigan. Again, Saturday. And we know that there's the other celebration that's going on at the rec center. You can come right around the corner and join us also.
All right.
And what is the time?
The time is from 10 a.m. until 2:30 p.m.
Okay, great.
Hello, I'm the outreach coordinator for the organization, and I just want to say that if there's anyone here that would like to come and be acknowledged at the opening of our program on Saturday, you are welcome to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I have no more public comment cards.
Mr. Miller?
Charles Miller, St. Aloysius Street. If I could, through the chair, pose a question to the treasurer, please? Would you explain the extension for federal taxes that's going on in Wayne County because FEMA is here for the tornado that was here last? There's an extension. You can explain it better than me.
Actually, I'm not aware of any extension. This is the first I've heard of it.
That's
But
supposed to be till June, I believe, 17th.
June 17th. And you said that was through Wayne County?
In Wayne County.
Oh, in Wayne County.
And there's numerous other counties that's involved in it, but Wayne County also, which we are part of. So it would, if there is delinquent individuals out there, this will give them a respite for their taxes, but I believe it goes till June 17th. But please, inform them, find it out.
No, I appreciate you bringing that to
Oh,
my
yeah,
attention, because this was the first I heard, and I will make a call tomorrow and get the information
Okay.
and share it with the public.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Any other comments from the audience? Yes. Is that,
Just made it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Waters. I'm currently on the Detroit City Council. I'm an at-large member. I'm a former state representative. And I wanted to come out to introduce myself to you. I'll say this, and then I'll sit down, and I can talk to everybody afterwards. I'm a candidate for Congress in the 13th Congressional District. But I wanted to come here just to say that I want to meet this honorable body, just so that you know that you have an individual that you can work with. And you won't see, this is not the last that you see of me, so thank you so much.
thank you. Thank you. Are there any other comments from the audience? If there's no other comments from the audience, Deputy Clerk, close that part out.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 9 is unfinished business.
John?
Yeah, Mr. Wadsworth.
If I could, to the mayor here. Mayor, this past week, I happened to listen to Mayor Duggan's State of the City address. And he was getting millions for this and millions for that. But one thing that caught my attention, and it caused some people to call me on the phone, is Councilman Tate had secured $8 million to take down old and trees in the city. And that takes me back to our problem at the corner of California Middle Belt, where we have that one tree that is about ready to fall into Middle Belt. Has anything happened with it?
I haven't heard of any funds being available or something like that. Do you know if the Detroit funds were used on private property? Because that's the issue we have on Middle
They talk
Belt.
about residential homes,
Okay.
you know.
And that's the problem we have, because we do have a budget for moving trees, but they have to be on public property. We can't spend our funds on
If it's-
private, so.
If it's something that could cause
Yeah.
a danger, you know, did we go take a look at the tree?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've looked at the tree several times, and it does need to come down, but we can't use tax dollars on private property. That's the problem we have on that site.
But if it's gonna come down and cause danger, I don't know, I just wanted to put it back in your court.
No, I appreciate it, and I'll make some phone calls if we hear something that we give some relief for a resident. By all means, we'll look into it.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley.
I just wanted to address something. We had a resident that came to our last meeting that spoke that the senior center had not provided bus transportation to our senior residents for 6 weeks. I just wanted to read the response that the city team came back with real quick so that it's read into the record. And this was a response from Director Kevin Krause on the matter. The senior center had only been 4 days where they were unfortunately unable to provide bus service. It was stated that it was 6 weeks, but it was 4 days. And however, Ms. Rose Swadans assisted seniors with the use of the Smart Connector services. So I just wanted to put that out there to the public. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
If I could, I guess this is unfinished business due to the fact that our two gentlemen from Sheets already have vacated. But we talked about Sheets obviously coming here, and they have 2 locations that they're going to be administering. I'm an individual council member who took an oath of office to uphold the law, protect the members here in this city that we all love and respect and represent. I've received numerous texts sitting here about Sheets' unlawful conduct over in Pennsylvania, I believe it is. And just quickly, the EEOC found that black job applicants were deemed to have failed the company's criminal history screening and were denied employment at a rate of 15%, while multiracial job seekers were turned away 13% at the time, and Native Americans were denied job opportunities at 13%. By contrast, fewer than 7% of white applicants were refused employment because of a failed criminal background check, the EEOC's lawsuit said. So, and it further says the EEOC notified Sheets in 2022 that it was likely violating civil rights law, but the agency said its efforts to mediate a settlement failed, prompting this week's lawsuit, which I guess was launched on a couple of days ago. I say all that to say this. We all represent the members here in Romulus. We all want to make sure that everybody is treated equally. When you see a federal lawsuit against a company that just stood before us with an opportunity to employ members in our community, I'm not sure if there's anything we can do about it now, and obviously the EEOC has it under investigation, but moving forward, I want to let you know that I'm going to be giving my man Al Sawicki a call and his friend who was sitting there with him. I didn't get his name, but I'll get it from you, Deshaun, and his information, because we need to make sure that we monitor their hiring practices to make sure that they're not discriminating against our residents. And this is not trying to be big, bad, and bold. This is just what we should be doing as council members, because I represent African Americans, represent Anglo-Saxons, represent Caucasians, represent Arab American community, represent Hispanics. We represent everybody in this community, young, old, whatever, and we have to do it fairly. We can't lay out red carpet to a company that appears to be violating the law. Now, every man, obviously, and every business is innocent until proven guilty, but in the meanwhile, we need to make sure that we monitor Sheets and just to ensure that they're abiding by the laws of this land, which we all have taken an oath of office to protect. So thank you very much for listening. Appreciate your time.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you.
And that that is the reason why I brought that to their attention while they was here, because of that lawsuit. I mean, the thing about technology now, you don't have to actually go anywhere. It's at your fingertips and forever getting emails and text messages. And so you have to be very careful of not knowing. And that's a part of our job, is before we say yes or before we say no. We need to know what we're doing, because it can come back on us and it sometimes don't be good. So and that's one reason I shared it with them. It wasn't anything personally against Sheets, but when I seen that, I was not comfortable with a company that hires and discriminate. That just don't set right. And that's why I asked them, if they would go back and tell whoever was in charge to get that lawsuit settled and correct the problem before they come and start building on that second sheets. Thank you, John.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir.
And
Ms. Taylor.
I concur with you, Councilwoman Wilson, and also too, innocent till proven guilty. And I truly believe in that too, because there's a lot of people who there's been labeled guilty and then all the facts weren't there. And I'm not saying that the facts aren't there or not. I'm not saying that at all. But we do innocent until proven guilty. And as you said, monitor. We monitor and make sure that process is in place and that we make sure that that happens, because we have a sheets already that's almost up to be here by Memorial Labor Day. And so now we got a second one. But I agree with you. We need to monitor that. Innocent until proven guilty, because it's a lot of people who've been in that same boat that they would label something and then found out something different. That's all I'm saying as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Sister Tally.
Yeah, there's another thing too is, she brought up sheets. She's almost finished with one location already. So we just, like you say, we just have to
And we have
monitor because it's
groundbreaking.
already, a lot of people went to the groundbreaking. So we just have to monitor it. It's already happened, so just have to monitor it because it's already been built, just about.
Right, but the lawsuit was just filed, like last week, so this is not something that was old. They gave them plenty of time. And so, yes, every individual that is charged with whatever it may be, a crime or doing something wrong, is innocent until proven guilty. But they also acknowledged that they was going to correct the problem, and they still hadn't. So that's why I brought it up. And I didn't wait for them to leave. I said it to them while they was here, for them to know that we have our eyes on it, not monitored afterwards, but during. So I just wanted to say that it's not about, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar family-owned company that's coming here. And what I said to them, and I meant it, I'm not going to agree with discrimination where there is disability, race, whatever it is. Everybody has to get the fair treatment. And I was shocked because a lot of companies come here talking about jobs. And I was really shocked to hear him say they had 30 jobs. Well, how many is you bringing? 20? So we have to really keep our eye on it and pay attention, not afterwards, but during, and ask questions. Because everybody is not going to tell us everything. If someone from the state level texts me that article, and that's how I was able to get it. I didn't know about it either. So I'm not saying that they're guilty, but if it's an issue, fix it. That's all I'm saying. So I can feel proud about or feel good about getting behind them and supporting them, because I didn't have a problem. I went to the groundbreaking. I was right there. But to see that, as I said to them while they was here, I was not comfortable. I was not. Thank you, John.
Okay. Okay, so it's been said, so we have to now move forward and monitor, because we can't unscramble eggs. They've been scrambled. So we have to move forward.
Number 10 is new business. Number 11 is warrant for approval is warrant 24-08.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 24-08 in the following amounts. General Fund, $148,856.67. Major Street Fund, $4,827.84. Local Street Fund, $4,958.90. Public Safety Fund, $44,574.90. Cable TV, $1,345.16. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $826.26. Street Lighting Fund, $56,173. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $1,545.49. Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Fund, $556. Oakwood SAD, $139. Tax Increment Finance Authority, $11,183.56. Downtown Development Authority, $3,677.67. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $15,289.33. 911 Service Fund, $10,705.76. Drug Law Enforcement Fund, $432.84. Library Fund, $62,759.09. Binding Road Extension E-Course Construction, $5,075.16. Water and Sewer Fund, $198,158.03. Motor Vehicle, $82,404.96. Technology Services, $8,395.87. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $9,630.61. Revolving Fund, $1,075. Current Tax, $9.67. Impress Payroll Fund, $14,576.35. Delinquent Personal Property Fund, $49,108.10. Totaling all funds, $736,285.22.
I second that motion.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, second by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 24-08 for $736,285.22. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion is approved.
Thank you, City Council. Number 12 is communications.
Through the chair?
Oh, no,
sorry.
go ahead, no.
Okay.
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to quickly say that on Saturday, the clean sweep, I was there. I don't want to steal your thunder, not
No,
Tina
no.
or Mayor McGrath. I don't want to steal your thunder, but it was an amazing affair. I was there. We had families there. We had elderly people. We had young kids.
Yeah.
We had white, black, all mixtures of folks in our community were there, and they came together in unity. They came together to do something that I saw the look on their faces. They were proud. They were proud. I know it was kind of cold out there, and I was a little chilly and shaking with my little pick, but I tell you what, those folks in our community, they showed up, and they showed out. And Mayor McCray, I have to give you credit. Great undertaking. Your administration, they were all out there, Roberto and Jerry and all those guys, they were out there and they were doing their thing, and it was just, I was glad to be a part of the community. I mean, that day really just I was elated. And I didn't want to put the pick down, to be honest, because once I went down Cogswell Street, it was so much damn garbage. Excuse me, can I say that on TV? There was so much garbage and tires and plastic bottles. I could have kept going. But
I got a bag in my truck for you.
But in closing, I was proud to be a part of that. We need to continue to do that type of, those type of things to bring our community together, to make sure that everybody recognizes that each and every one of us count, and we have to watch each other's back. So thank you again. I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah.
Ms. Talley?
Yeah, he said everything I was gonna say.
See, I got you, Tina. I knew you were going to say it.
Yeah, you
Before
did.
did.
Yeah, but I did want to piggyback off things. It was amazing, Mayor, and you guys did a great job. This was my first one because I'm usually having to work on Saturdays when you do the clean sweep, but I was able to participate, so it was amazing. And just to kind of a little background, I think this was something started by Mayor Burcroft back in the day, so I just want to give him his shout out for his due.
Councilman Burcroft started it.
Huh?
Councilman Burcroft.
Councilman Burcroft started this, so thanks for that. And you've been passionate about it since you've been in here and even before then. And so I just want to say, and I think you said some businesses are doing it out on other days, so the ones that couldn't make it that day, they went out on other days, Monday, was it Monday? Or last Friday, or whatever the days were.
Friday,
Different days.
yeah, Thursday and Friday, and then some of the companies who couldn't make it during the weekend were out today. So if any of the other companies in Romulus couldn't make it out any day, we're letting you know that different departments and different companies are setting an example for you. Many hands make light work, so we got to pick up a little bit, and we'll do a little portion, we'll clean our city up.
Yes, so
Thank you
thanks
for
to
coming.
whoever participated in that, it was amazing. But the thing too, the big deal for me is like, let's keep it clean, I've been with this guy, the mayor, and he will see a little trash out there, he over there picking it up. He over there picking it up. So let's pick up after ourselves around here. And sometimes you have to pick up for other folks, unfortunately. But let's keep our city clean. We got the NFL draft coming this weekend. They got to fly in to Romulus. So let's keep our city clean and keep it maintained. So thank you, Mayor, for that initiative. Mayor Burkhart for starting it back as a council person. Let's just keep that momentum going. And then I want to also give shout out our relay for, State of the City. Amazing State of the City, Mayor.
Thank you.
He did a great job. I like your approach. It wasn't about all the fluff and bells and whistles and everything that's good. You talked about the challenges in our city, and let's talk about the challenges. And I thank you for putting that out there, very transparent. And it was just a great State of the City, and your team, y'all did an amazing job as always, and just keep up that great work. I love, the State of the City was awesome. So thank you for that. And then I just want to touch on a couple things for Relay for Life. They have the Pizza Palooza coming tomorrow, April 23rd, from 6 to 8 at the VFW Hall. A lot of good stuff going on. All you can eat pizza. There is a small cost. I can't see it, but go out there and please support our Relay for Life of Romulus. And they are also looking for teams to build up for the August 24th date. I think it's August 24th, but they need teams registered by May. So, they need teams registered by the end of May. So please build up your team. Let's get a bigger participation of our Relay for Life for this year to keep it going and keep the momentum going. So thank you, Shona Sylvie Baum, for all she does for Relay for Life. I want to shout out to First Baptist. They had their French fry over the weekend. They had a great turnout, and this is in preparation for their church anniversary, 97th church anniversary, which will be May 5th. Guest speaker, Reverend Clarence Love of the Transforming Church of Detroit will be the guest speaker, and their theme is Jesus Be a Fence. So congratulations, pre-congratulations to First Baptist Church, and thank them for all they have been in our community. Again, we have our contest, Why I Love the City of Romulus, going on. It closes April 29th. No more letters will be accepted, so get them letters in. We still got a few days here to get your letters in for Why I Love the City of Romulus. Our Romulus Flowers and Gifts shop will be awarding up to 3 baskets for up to 3 letters chosen and read, would be read on May 6th at the council meeting. So get your letters in by April 29th. They got some great baskets that they give out for the winners of those contests. And then I want to announce our steering committee. I kind of touched on our steering committee. It's moving along nicely with the school district. A lot of good dialogue, a lot of good things. They just completed a survey, and thank you to those people who completed the survey to help and give feedback for our school district. Thank you very much. And then we do have shredding opportunities. I know Vanessa spoke about it, but we have one at our Public Service Credit Union as well on Saturday, April 27th, this Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Romulus branch. So please take advantage of that opportunity, along with the one we have here at the City Hall on May 18th from 9 to 12, and it's expanded Community Shred Day. So you got a couple of opportunities to get your stuff shredded, so bring them, remember them dates, and bring your items in to be shredded. And then my last thing I want to share, very special, I want to shout out to my mom, Reverend Rita Talley, for her 75th birthday. She's been a strong supporter in our community, soul food dinner, working at the Corey School, a parent coordinator, many, many years engaging in the city of Romulus, and really was a stepping stone for me for even being here on the council, just because of her engagement in our community. So Mom, I know you're looking. Happy 75th birthday. Love you dearly, and many more years to come. Thank you.
Mayor?
Just real quick, just to touch on a couple things that you brought up, the clean sweep. I got to give credit to the ComDev and the ordinance team that really kicked it up a notch this year. They sat down, they delineated a plan, they had maps, they knew the troubled areas, they worked together, they reached out to local businesses and solicited them to have teams out there. So that's really what blew this thing up.
Yeah.
And we know we have an issue right now, and it seems like there's a culture change where people just litter and they think it's okay to do that. So you're going to be a bigger push or a bigger initiative out of our administration to clean up. You know, I said the other day at the cleanup day, there's 2 kinds of people who drive by and say somebody should do something about that, and people who get involved to get something done. And there was a lot of those residents out there the other day to help and be a part of that. And also, talking about the state of the city. That's an easy report for me because my team does so many decent things out there and so many good projects to move the city forward. It's easy to report on them. And we're not going to hide away from the tough subjects. We know that the court's out there. We know it's causing an issue, and we're determined to find a solution for it. That's what we're here for. We're not here to point the finger. We're here to find solutions to problems, right? So we'll continue to work on that, and hats off to my admin team, too. They presented another balanced budget to City Council, and, you know, they came to those budget hearings wanting to spend more money to take care of our residents and do, you know, and move the position forward in their departments, and we got to tell them no, because there's only so much, you know, the pie's only so big, so they want to exceed expectations all the time. And, you know, unfortunately, we have to tell them no on sometimes. We'll do what we can afford. So another balanced budget and just a bare knuckles budget, very modest, saying these are needs over wants. And that's how we continue to move the city forward. So thank you very much on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor, on the clean sweep, I didn't make it, but the last 17, 18 years I've been going. So I had a little break. So I didn't
I got a bag in the truck for you, too.
No, you can have that time. You can have my house.
Give me my bag.
I've been doing it for 17, 18 years. I think Mr. Wadsworth, I don't know if he went either, but we put in our time, so it's good to have some more people to take the baton and go on, because I still got some dandelions in my yard cleaning up, so. And again, it's a great program. I enjoyed working all those years for it. And the mayor and your staff and volunteers, y'all do a great job. And I hear compliments all the time about what the city is doing and your leadership and Mr. Burcroft's invention of his thing. So just keep up the good work. Everybody's proud of it.
All right.
Ms. Whedon.
Yes, I would just like to say thanks to the mayor for, and then you can let the superintendent know, for announcing and acknowledging, I wasn't able to make it to the State of the City, another family member in the hospital, and that was more important. But thank you for acknowledging Forgotten Harvest, because we're out there every Tuesday making sure that we meet the needs of the residents. And just for folks to understand that's never been there, it's just not food. They've sent in house supplies, they send in cleaning supplies, they send laundry detergent, dish detergent, body wash, all type of things that get donated to Forgotten Harvest, and they're taking care of that Romulus site. And I just wanted to say that because I've looked at the State of the City, and I really appreciated that. My heart was there, but I couldn't be there. It's been rough, but you know, times will get better. Tomorrow, same thing, every Tuesday, 10 to 12. All you need is your name, your address, and your phone number. We'll load your car up and send you on your way. We absolutely don't turn anyone away. If you're there before 12, we're gonna serve you. Thank you.
Through the chair?
Yes.
I'm
Ms.
sorry.
Talley.
Just want to make a reminder. Reverend Pastor Charles came up to our last meeting. They have an open house on May 3rd at the Romulus Towers from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We want to just keep people mindful of that, just to keep that word out there. It's the same day as our court day event, but theirs is 10 to 3, and I think, is the court's 9 to 4 or 12 to 4? The court's event. Do anybody know offhand? No? Okay. But just throw that out there for them. They are doing, I think, from what he was saying, they're doing some renovation and good things over there, so check it out. May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Romulus Towers over at 36500 Bibbin Street in Romulus. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Barton.
Thank you, Ms. Talley.
Just right quick.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wilson.
Thank you, Brother Chairman. Communication issue. You didn't communicate with Mary Waters? What district are you? You say you're running for Congress, is that, can you let the audience know who you're running? Your 13th district, right?
Yes.
Is that, okay, I got you.
Yes, 13.
Okay.
Which includes all of Romulus.
Right, okay. And I think I just found out who your opponent was, okay.
Oh, there'll be a few of them. All good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for communicating that. I was a little confused. Thank you.
Thank you, and
Ms.
I'll
Page.
be real quick. In regards to Mr. Miller's question, thank you to Wendy Harmon. She did send me a link, so I'm just going to read this real quick. The tax relief is being offered at the federal and the state level, that's why I didn't know, for Michigan residents and business owners who were impacted by storms in August of 2023 that caused flooding, tornadoes, and other damage. Earlier this year, the federal government declared a disaster for several Michigan counties. There's actually 9 of them that were affected by storms that began on August 24th, 2023. Individuals, households, and business owners who are included within the disaster area are being given several extra months to file their 2023 taxes. Those who are eligible will have until June 17th, 2024 to file their taxes instead of the date that already passed, which was April 15th deadline. It also did say in here, if you were not impacted by the storms, even though you lived in that area, then you're not eligible. You had to be impacted by the storms. And I would tell you, if it's something you're interested in, please follow up. Don't just go off of the information I read, but follow through. Make sure you do your due diligence if you have any questions on that. Thank you.
NFL draft Thursday. That's all I got to say. I'm done.
All right, if there's no more communication from council, the time is 9:22, and we're at number 13, adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.